Leighton Vander Esch checking in with us here on the Doug Gottlieb Show on Fox Sports Radio as the guys have already had their walkthroughs, their showers, now probably some meetings, and then afternoon practice. Leighton, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're really, really good. What's this camp like in comparison to last year?
This camp, I would say, everything's more familiar. Just being out there, being used to everything, not having to learn the playbook and everything, it makes it a lot easier. Just being able to go out there and cut it loose and start working on other parts of your game.
It's interesting because, last year everyone knew that you could be in the position you're in. Was there a moment for you where you're like, oh, yeah, I'm good here. I'm confident. Was there the moment of confidence of belonging at any point that you remember?
I was always confident in myself from the get-go, but I would say really just as the season started and I was really getting reps, especially when Sean went down, I was gaining confidence like crazy, game in and game out, and just taking things slowly, taking things one day at a time, not getting too far ahead of myself. And just trusting my instincts, trusting my abilities.
How was Sean to you?
Sean's been awesome the whole entire process. He's been phenomenal. He's like a big brother to me, and he's always helping me, always giving me little cheats, hints here and there. Always just trying to help me on my game.
What's that like though? I mean, for a guy who look, you're kind of brought in to take his job, right? I mean, you're brought in to be what he has been. And look, he's had the unfortunate run of injuries like he had last year at previous times. But what's that like to be a young guy? You walk in, here's this older dude, and all of a sudden he's helping you out and he's helping you get better.
That just shows what kind of caliber of guy he is and the respect that he has for his teammates, his coaches in the game of football. You can't teach that. And the amount of heart that guy has, everybody would go to war with him and for him, no matter what. So, I have the most respect possible that I could for a guy like that, and I'm just trying to give back to him, using what he has to tell me on the field, and to show him that I'm going to go out there and that he can trust me to do my job. And trust me to fill in his spot if he needs me to.
Leighton Vander Esch joining us on the Doug Gottlieb Show on Fox Sports Radio live at Dallas Cowboys camp. Have you matched up with Witten yet?
I have, yeah, a few times now. It's crazy. Every time I line up against him, it's like, who would have thought that it would be like this one day? But it just shows you not to take anything for granted, and that it's pretty special that you get to actually line up against a guy like that. And practice against a guy of his caliber as well.
How's he running?
Oh, he's just as good as ever. He knows how to run a route. He's really smart with everything he does. Disguises everything. The dude knows the ins and outs of football. So he knows what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, it's interesting you point that out because there's something the same for you, right? Like you're a crazy athlete. Like you're off the charts athlete. So there's the athleticism and there's the football IQ. And you've always had a good football IQ, but you need to play in the NFL. And like you said, this year in camp, you're comfortable in the system. You don't have to learn. So there's that moment where it kind of matches up. And even though you could run to make every play, now you know the cheat steps, right? Now you know the cheat codes, if you will. How close are you to that spot?
You're never always at that spot. You're always improving. That's the thing. There's always more that you can know. There's always more that you can get familiar with and prepare for every single game week. You're never there. You've never made it. Like I said, just keep harping on constant improvement, getting better every single chance you get. Just keep adding to that mental intelligence box that you have with the game of football.
It's fascinating that this team's offense gets discussed a ton, mostly because the contract situation of a couple of guys. But you play with Jalen, obviously, Byron, yourself. It's a young, really, really talented defense. Mm-hmm. How do you guys collectively handle the fact that it does feel like the offense gets talked about a lot? And look, I've talked to Tony Romo about this. He's like, look, you want to track teams that are going to make it to the Super Bowl, got to have top 10 defense, no matter how good we were on offense. But there's egos in that room. How do you handle the fact that in the preseason, at least, people have only talked offense?
I like it when people don't talk about us. It keeps us quiet. And, I mean, we just go out there and do our job. We're not flashy. We just love playing football. We got a young group, like you said, and we love playing football with each other, flying around, making plays. So, I mean, the less that people talk about us, the better, I think, in my opinion.
How many snaps did you get against the Niners?
11.
Did you get to hit somebody?
Yeah.
What's that? Who do you know who it was?
It was one of their tight ends and one of their running backs. I don't know their names.
What's the feeling like of the first hit of an opponent of the year?
I mean, you gotta knock some rust off, that's for sure. And the way I look at it, I mean, if you're gonna miss tackles, you need to miss them now. So I mean,
so you missed some tackles.
I missed
saying?
my first tackle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did. So, and obviously, it irritates me a lot when I miss a tackle. I take a lot of pride in being a sure tackler. So, just knocking the rust off and getting those game reps is important.
Okay, it sounds like you've watched the film. It sounds like you're still ticked about it. Give me the play. Give me what happened. How'd you miss the tackle?
They ran an inside zone, and I fit my gap, fell back to the B gap, and I had him in my arms, and I just didn't make the tackle. That was literally
you didn't
that
wrap
was
up?
it.
So you did make contact. You didn't wrap up? Did he high knee you?
No. He kind of just brushed me off. I think I just didn't fit it as hard as I should have fit it, obviously.
When you say fit it, what do you mean?
Like go in there,
yeah,
like as hard as I should,
yeah,
and like expect because like I was expecting to make the play in my gap, but he kind of bounced to a different gap, so I just fit that one for it, and he kind of just brushed me off. I had him in my arms, and I just didn't wrap up good enough.
All right, I mean, look, like you said, it's better to do it then than do it. You going to Hawaii, right?
Yep.
You been?
I haven't.
Okay, you're gonna I mean, you guys are only there for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Have you surfed here?
No.
Why not?
I just haven't had a chance.
I mean, listen, it's not that far to get aboard. You gotta hit a wave at some point.
I probably will sooner or later, eventually, but probably not in the near future.
We've watched some of Hard Knocks. They have one particular rookie who I think comes across a little bit annoying. I don't know, and I'm just wondering if there's any annoying rookies that you'd like to share. You'd like to call out on national radio.
No. I think we got a good young group. Obviously, I mean the whole team's young, so I mean I feel like we bond really well.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing group. To us in the media, there's a lot of talk about Miami. That Miami is a focus of the front office. Do you guys talk about that a lot?
No. I mean, we focus on ourselves. We focus on just doing our jobs, getting better at and getting better at every single area that we can, and focus on what we can control. Just limiting the outside noise and everything, and just doing us.
Well, listen, congrats on doing you last year. Hopefully no more missed tackles in the upcoming preseason. But thanks so much for joining us. Hi, I'm Doug Gottlieb from Fox Sports Radio, and you need to subscribe to the Fox Sports Radio YouTube channel where you can hear and see me. Why not? Plus everybody else who's awesome here on Fox Sports Radio.